Hello everyone, and welcome to another live stream. How are you all doing? Thank you for the 2 months, Gary. Pog, as the kids say. Yeah, apparently they do. I know that poggers basically means good. That's all I know. I never use the term, but then again, I'm starting to become an old person in terms of internet culture. I mean, 25 is not old in terms of general age, not at all, but in terms of internet culture, it kind of is. I'm not keeping up with the memes of the kids these days, and their Fortnites and their whatevers. Hey, thank you for the 17 months, Cody. 17 months, damn. Time's going by fast. Yeah, those darn kids. I mean, I'm a kid compared to you. You're like 65? No, you're definitely like 33, 34? I'm not sure, but you're somewhere in your early 30s, I believe. You're 30. Okay, well, that is technically early 30s? Thought you were a few years older. So we're only different by 5 years. It's a little bit less than I expected. Nice thought. 65 is close. I mean, 65 is closer to your actual age than 10 years before your birth was, so yeah, it's close. Never understood those spoiled Fortnite kids. I wouldn't really call them spoiled. I mean, their Fortnite is just my Call of Duty. It's basically the same. There's not much difference. And the same goes for like CSGO and Counter... Wait, that's the same, Counter-Strike and CSGO. Well, whatever game they might be playing. I don't know. Fortnite is free, yeah, but then you have the kind of battle passes as far as I know and whatever. The whole gaming system is different now, isn't it? With free games and you have battle passes and premium skins and whatever. That didn't exist when I was a youngin', basically 10 years ago. That wasn't a thing. Maybe it was just starting to become a thing 10 years ago. Were you a Halo fan? No. I played it a little bit. Like only multiplayer with my brother, but I haven't actually played it. Never on my own. But thank you for the Prime sub, Matura X. And thank you for the 21 months max. We're closing on 2 years. Back in the day we paid 30 bucks, well, or 60, for a game and that's it. Yeah, and you might have like an expansion later on, like Roller Coaster Tycoon had expansions. But that's about it. And there would be updates actually. There would be like later versions of the Roller Coaster Tycoon discs would be slightly different than the earlier versions. They might have a bug or two fixed. That was actually a thing, only you wouldn't have your own game updated. That wouldn't work. If you wanted that, you would need to buy the game again, just the newer version. Looking forward to the 2-year emote. I don't think I have one. Maybe I do? I don't know. I haven't taken a look at my emotes for a long time. I was playing around and looked up what the special guest names are, and I didn't realize that the guest changes other guests' shirts to purple. Yeah, there is. I don't know the name, but I do know there is one. Oh yeah, the BMW now has a subscription for heated steering wheel and seats. Which I find totally ridiculous. I hate, like someone said it as well, I hate that everything is becoming a subscription. I just want to pay for whatever I want and then have it just work. You know? It's also... a lot of programs are subscriptions. I mean, all my editing programs are free. I use the free versions. They're all subscriptions instead of just buying once. Anyway. Let's get started. What we're going to do today is we're going to play a scenario by Giratina93. We've played a scenario of theirs before. It's called... well, that's called a lag spike. It's called... why did that give a lag spike? That shouldn't give a lag spike. I have a feeling Open RCT2 is becoming a little bit laggier recently. Maybe it's just my computer, but... I don't know. Something with an H. I'll recognize it if I see it. There we go. Hatzeg Horrors. You have been kidnapped by the mighty Hatzegopteryx with one condition to be let free. Finish his roller coasters. Objection: to finish all 5 roller coasters with at least 7.3 excitement. So let's have a look. Yeah, it shouldn't take this long to load a scenario. Granted, I have another instance of Roller Coaster Tycoon running currently, but that's a different instance. It's not taking that much... it's not that heavy. Okay, let's start with a merry-go-round and let's then take a closer look at the scenario. You're still running that game you've been running for days. Yeah, we're slightly over 8 days now. I won't give any more details, but I've been running the same save file for slightly over 8 days, and I haven't beaten the scenario yet. Okay, so... there is... is this a laydown? No, it's a corkscrew. And there is a Virginia reel, there's a multi-dim, there's a twister? floorless, and a mine train coaster. A comparison between running hyperspeed and running real time. No, it's actually, I'm beating a scenario. It's just taking a little while. Slightly longer than usual. And I know that in the scenario options, we have, there we go. Park rating is harder to increase and maintain. Guests are more difficult to attract. And we pay to enter park. Okay, that's the least easy micro. So we need long rides, although we can advertise, but let's see if we can do it without. Hey Marcel, first time being able to make it to the stream. It's not your first chat message according to Twitch, unless you had a first one earlier in the stream that I missed. Oh yeah, that was. Hello gamers. I see it now. Welcome to your first time. Not the first time like that. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Let's see. Let's start with... How much money do I have? Ooh, 25% per year. We don't want to loan too much. Well, we already have a soft guest cap, but we can't charge much yet. So let's do this without ads, as I said. And let's start. I'm not going to build like a hyper efficient corkscrew, because it's not cheating, but it is a bit... It's cheesing. What's the goal? Finish all 5 coasters with at least 7.3 excitement. I should add that. Scenario goal. Finish all 5 coasters with at least 7.30 excitement. And I'm streaming in full screen now. Does that... Oh yeah, we have it there now. That should work. Okay, this is gonna be a launched coaster. Drown a guest. First guest on the list after naming the stump test. Well, that's guest 4. Have fun dying. See you later. What's the most interesting geographic feature oddity to you? Well, the most interesting country as a whole is definitely Iceland. It's a volcanic country, and it's really beautiful, and it's unlike anything I've ever seen before. So that's definitely interesting. There is also in the Philippines, there's an island in a lake, an island in a lake, on an island in a lake, on an island in the ocean, which is quite interesting. Oh right, I need to set it to launched mode, obviously. What's the most interesting thing that I've ever seen? There definitely has been. I've been I've been a lot of places. I know that the caves of Pastonia, I believe it was called that, in Slovenia, they were quite cool. And definitely the biggest caves I've ever been in. There's also something to be said for just watching over freshly snowed on ski slopes. Name the park 7.3 or bust. Alright. I'm a bit tired, by the way, so this might be a bit lower energy than usual. The heat has been... Today's been the hottest day for me, at least in my room. Like, yesterday it was much hotter. It got to 37 degrees here, but it was still hotter today outside than it was in my room. So my room was still warming up even further. How's your day going? I haven't had much energy to do much stuff, but thank you for the 21 months. Let's see. We've got this thing going. Stats are good. It's not 600 meters, but it's at the moment just to attract guests and so that I can actually charge a price. Let's do 15. That will be fine. And let's do a few more. Oh, yes. Now, for those of you who have watched the video about the entry price, which is probably most of you, you will know what this does. You will definitely know what this does. We can immediately probably go to 35. Maybe that's a bit high. Let's add one of these. Let's add it right there. And bath. But yeah, the heat has making me tired and I fried my brain. And I took a shower about 5 PM. And after that I've just been tired. I don't really know the English word for it, but in Dutch we would say rozig. Can someone translate that for me? Yesterday was so bad. 38 degrees outside. And I clocked it at the end of yesterday's stream. My PC was outside weather. Joined force to heat up my room to 30.2 degrees. Yeah, it wasn't quite that hot here, but it was still... Today it was uncomfortably warm. How much do they spawn with? At the moment I'm charging 40. Okay, 50, 40. Please let not 30 be the lowest. 70. Okay, 40 is the lowest. Good. I don't like this ride so much because you can only build the entrance and exit building on this one side. Yeah, it's true. It was 110 Fahrenheit yesterday in my town, which is about 41 degrees or so. Yeah, but at least Texas is built prepared for heat. The Netherlands, or the UK, or Belgium, or whatever Northern European country, isn't. And that's the problem. You have AC. We don't. And one of these. How much space do we have? We don't have we have a lot of space, but not a lot of space on flat land. What is here? Like, is there anything inside there? No, just the floor. Alright. This is what I'm currently doing is basically just to increase the soft guest cap. It's got no other purpose. Let's get rid of it. I think it's ugly. And it'll give me some money. And it's also in the way. This widespread existence of AC in every home is very much not a standard affair over here. Where is over here? Let's... Okay, obviously we have those 5 coasters. Let's just go for gentle ride, roller coaster, thrill ride, etc. Also, let's do the soft guest cap calculator on. What's our soft guest cap? 305. Okay, that's high enough at the moment. Germany. Yeah, AC is quite rare here as well. Drink some water. I will. Thank you. There is no direct translation to rozig. Hang on, who said that? I completely missed that. But the closest thing is fatigued. Yeah, maybe. It's just... It's kind of the feeling you get after a long day of swimming in a swimming pool, after you've, you know, gone home, dried up, and you're a bit tired, you still feel the chlorine in your eyes a little bit. At least, that's what I feel. I hope you guys feel the same, otherwise this isn't gonna translate at all. And some of the Dutch people might be able to confirm whether that's a good description, because they know what both rozig and that feeling are. Heat exhaustion, not necessarily to do with heat, although often it is after a bit of a warmer day, but it's not heat exhaustion. It can be after a 25-degree day. Exhausted and spent aren't really accurate, because they're sort of accurate, but you can be exhausted and spent after, like, you can be spent after a long day of hard work. You can be exhausted after a run. You can't describe either of those with rozig. Physically tired rather than mentally. Well, it's sort of both. You're kind of, it's sort of both. Yeah, having your face feel warm and flushed. That's true as well. Thank you for the 9 months, by the way. More cowbell. Like, my face definitely feels very warm right now. Warmer than usual. Okay, we got some stalls going on. Let's not forget to do the... Oh, we don't have a cash machine. I don't need to increase the price. Well, actually, I do. Because if guests might leave, we don't have to bother with the slot guest cap as much. And we don't care about keeping guests in the park. We just want money. Like the feeling of being tired but not sleepy. I'm a bit sleepy. But not necessarily. Yeah, sort of. It's kind of like translating the word gezellig. Yeah, footloose would be as well. Is similar too. Like gezellig is also a word. It's a completely different word. It's not anything to do with this, but it's also a word that you can't really translate all that well. Okay, you know what? Let's start with finishing the cheapest of the bunch. This one. Okay, we go up a bit and then down. Sunkissed. I have heard of that word. I don't know if it's accurate. It's the first one, the one true for all, but with a Z instead of an S. If you've been swimming in the sea for a few hours and a full day on the beach, once you're home, you still feel the waves. Going up and down despite sitting still at home. Yeah, that seems accurate. Okay, let's go this way. And then properly up. That's not the right ride. Thank you for the follow. Scamici. Oh, much better. I don't care about the guests, I just want the money, maybe the motto of some companies. Yep. It's definitely the motto of me. It's not the motto of my company, like my YouTube channel. I care about my guests, aka my audience. To a degree. Because obviously the most important thing I need to do is still make money. You know, to be able to live. Round guest 60, nice. Alrighty. They're tired. Well, then they're gonna have a good time taking a... no, I want to see them suffer. They're gonna take a long while to drown. They have some energy. Oh, there we go. Tired and very nauseous guest takes tired and very nauseous guests take extremely long to drown. XXX69, Marcel Vos, best streamer, gold 420, XXX BV. Is that the name of your legal company? You know, it's funny that I pronounced those letters B and V the Dutch way, because even though I hadn't read the rest of your comment about the company, just BV is just such a Dutch thing. I think it means besloten vennootschap. And no, that's not the name of my company. The name of my company. I technically do have a company. Would you drown your guest's audience if you have the chance if you were convinced it was an RCT simulation? That's such a weird question. Like, if I was convinced life was an RCT simulation, then... I mean, if I was convinced it was a simulation and just a video game, then... yeah, maybe. Then again, I rarely drowned anyone when I played on my own. It only started when I started streaming, aka when I had an audience. So there would be an audience first, before I started doing it en masse. It might happen accidentally, of course, but... so there would be an audience that would either be absolutely sick and like it, or they would also be under the impression that it's a simulation. Would it make this? Let's see. And then we can go down here. I mean, I started because it's the cheapest to finish. Also, what's up? Nice scenario you made. Now, generally I hate these kinds of scenarios where you need to finish 5 coasters, but I haven't done them in a while, and these actually seem to be positioned pleasantly. Although I don't think what I've done here is maybe the best. Yeah, I can easily get out of there. But usually I hate the way that our stations are positioned. Real roller coasters are far too reasonable for this to be an RCT simulation. That's a good point. Speaking of simulation, what city was the Matrix filmed in? That's not a geography question. That's movie trivia. And I have no idea, because... I mean, I'm gonna say Toronto, just because it might be right. But that's movie trivia. They'll be fine here. The G's here will be absolutely fine. No problem at all. It's Sydney. Yeah, I had no clue. I mean... oh, it doesn't make it. Technically, it is about geography, I suppose. But then almost everything is about... you can make almost anything about geography. Okay, that should be fixed now. It's a bit ugly, but I'll be fine. Ooh, this is in total a very large drop. This is a height difference of 30 meters on a Virginia reel. Alright, let's get back home. Let's hope it doesn't go too fast here. We don't have brakes. And... there we go. Let's just test it. How are you doing today? Tired. I'm quite tired. I love the way Marcel says Virginia, throughput and harpin. I don't think I've ever said harpin in an actual video though. It's only been a live stream joke. I have said heis once in the video, the one about the overcrowded forest frontiers. In how many languages is RCT actually available? I don't know, but we can check. Oh yeah, I said it in the hairpin overview, but it was in the clear context. It was not just a casual mention. It was in the clear context of I used to say it like this because I was a dumb kid. Okay, this is definitely going to be a problem. Yeah. Even here, it's still going too fast. Okay. We can do something about that. Like that. And that. Now I think we need to go down one more. Not only does it slow it down in these turns, but it also slows it down in later turns because it will have had a longer track, more time to lose speed, etc. Let's fast forward a bit. Lots of chain lifts. It's very long. Okay, the speeds here are good now. Let's see if they're also good later on. Yeah, that seems to be good. Now, they might not be good when guests are riding them, but I don't care. The stats have already been set. 2.84. Where? Where is the problem? I demand you tell me, and it's gonna tell me. Let's see. Nothing for a while. Dang, dang, ding, ding. Okay, it's gonna be... Is it this car we're currently doing? No. I don't know which car I'm looking at. But the G's are somewhere. I don't know, but yeah, like I said, I don't know which car it's currently tracking. Oh, probably this one. Yeah. Was it the very last turn? Oh, the very last turn is tiny. I didn't see that. And I can't change that, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be the very last turn. Yeah, there you go. Can't change that, right? No. Okay, this is also still locked. Okay, there's where that ends. That's fine, though. All I need to do is just make it a tad longer. And then will it already be fine there? Yeah, it'll probably will be. Let's see. Yeah, 2.68. Good! Okay, name a ride of your choice. What was the name? Pikachu's Dizzy Adventure. Pikachu's Dizzy Adventure. 7.2 excitement. No, but that's fine. It will be raced by other coasters or scenery if we need to. All that stuff is perfectly fine. And we don't need a long queue line because I don't care about the guests going on it. I just want it to work and to attract guests. I actually almost forgot we had an actual park running here. Oh, looks like we need staff. There we go. Yeah, it looks a little pukey, doesn't it? Someone fires the staff. I mean, there's a reason I hired more than I need. See, in case someone fires them quickly, then I'll be able to at least have the park cleaned a little bit. Color it purple orange. Okay, this is quite bright. I think I'll take a little bit of a darker orange. That's better. What if we also do a darker purple? Oh, I like that. And these can be bright orange then. So far no one's fired them. That's quite unexpected. Okay, so this definitely raises the soft gas cap by 3 times. The soft gas cap, which is about 55 probably, so 165. Which is quite neat. Also, I'm gonna do that. Actually, might as well do that for the other coaster too. Because I don't need the guests to stay in the park. I just need more guests to come in to get the money, right? I'm saving my points for drownings. Yeah, but you guys accumulate much more points altogether than you can spend on drowning, because it has a what's it called? Cooldown. Down gets 69. They've already been drowned. Look at me, I'm rich. I mean, that's a good way to raise your channel points. But I do look at you, Tedster. Drown guest 42. They might not be in the park still. Yeah, maybe I need to get rid of these underground exits at some point. If I want to get my rides fixed. But for now, they're a good way to get rid of some guests. While I can also get more guests. Because soft guest cap is currently 520. Which is plenty high still. What is the northernmost Japanese prefecture on the main island of Honshu? Hachinoe? Is that a prefecture? I know it's a city. And I know it's quite northern. I want to redeem Geo request. Well, wait until it's off cooldown. Nope. Then I have no idea. I don't know my Japanese prefectures at all. Okay, let's build a wild mice coaster. Actually, why not build a good twister coaster? Why not just finish this twister coaster? Aomori, never heard of. It's famous for apples. I know there's a city in Australia, well, city, town, called Batlow, which is famous for apples. Okay, from here on, we'll do Launchliffe Hill. Every night I fall asleep to Marcel's videos since they're so peaceful, and now my boyfriend likes them to sleep too, even though he's never played RCT. Nice. I might fall asleep to this stream. Tom Scott. Well, technical difficult. Technically Chris Joel, but yeah, technically technical difficulties. No, it was Matt. Matt had it. And Chris had it the Batlow in Nebraska, I think. Which wasn't real. Now this one will easily have over 7.3. Actually, if we... No, we can't make that. We can if I just do this. No, we still can't. I need to... Did you know there's a town in Turkey called Batman? I did. And did you know there was an internet campaign for opening up a condom store there? Why a condom store? Like, I don't see the correlation between condoms and Batman. I mean, are Batman condoms a thing? I've definitely never heard of them. Internet, okay, that's a good point. By the way, you can still ask geography questions when they're off cooldown. It's just that I might not necessarily answer them if I'm busy with other things or whatever. Oh, it's the... There we go. I need to cut down one. There we go. Beans means Heinz. Heinz Doofensmers. Now we can do an inline twist and the barrel roll. We recently got the barrel roll available. But I'm gonna do an... or the inline twist available for the twister. But I'm gonna do a good old barrel roll. What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought? My computer. I don't know how much the computer itself was. But the computer, including screen and keyboard and mouse, was about 1,700 bucks. So the computer probably was like 1,500, 1,550. I had a really cheap screen. And the mouse and keyboard weren't expensive either. So about 1.5k is the most I've ever spent on a single thing. Look up SOS Condoms Contest for Batman. Damn. Where do you stand on the biggest city in the world debate? You probably mean the debate between Tokyo and Guangzhou. Or however you pronounce that. I would probably say Tokyo. Guangzhou is probably the most like populated metro area, or like agglomeration or whatever. With the Pearl River Delta. For anyone who doesn't know, Guangzhou is very near Hong Kong. There's also Chongqing, but Chongqing isn't that big, right? Chongqing is, I mean, it's big, it's like 10 million, but it's not like 40 million big. Or did I miss something? It's funny when we talk about 10 million isn't even that much in this context. Oh, I'm out of monies. Hey, I have money. This is not gonna be enough to finish. Capital of Pakistan. That's Islamabad. So basically it's... When you have a llama, you don't know if it's good or bad. You ask, Islamabad? Then you have the capital of Pakistan. Let's add in another loop. Why not? This might be on the intense side with 5 inversions, but we'll see. Isn't that crazy populated? No. Islamabad is actually one of the smaller, not one of the biggest cities. You have Lahore and Karachi and, well, maybe Islamabad is somewhere up there actually, but it's not the biggest. Definitely Lahore and Karachi are bigger. There's also Faisalabad, Hyderabad, Abbottabad, I don't know if that's bigger. There's Gairanwala, Peshawar, Rawalpindi, Quetta. I don't know how big all of those exactly are, but they're definitely, those are some of the biggest cities in Pakistan. I also probably mispronounced quite a few of them horribly. Okay, almost have enough money to finish this ride. Do you have any tips for my visit in Walibi Holland? Yes, go on the Goliath. I mean, I don't really have any tips, just do all the rides. I suppose that's what you would normally do. It's not like that's anything special. Oh, I'm not aligned. Oops, I do need the bigger turn. Oh, or I can do a photo section here. People always seem to be surprised when I tell them my home city of 200k has more surface area than Paris with 2 million inhabitants. Are you American? By any chance? Because Americans do like their not dense suburbs. German cities are generally fairly dense. Is it just a lot of like farmland that's technically part of the city? Because isn't that the same thing with the Chongqing area as well? Isn't it like big because it's technically like a massive administrative district, which isn't really one city. It's basically like a county or whatever, with a lot of farmland and technically different cities in it. Okay, I don't know if this has any like excessive G's or whatever, but I'm gonna hope not. Yeah, it's gonna have it's having excessive G's here. Well, we got 74 kilometers in the corkscrew, 70 is the limit. So let's go to 64. Perfect spot for a little break. Okay, let's actually follow it now. It's going quite fast here. That might be slightly painful. My favorite fact is how small Canada's population is for its size. 90% of the population lives within 200 kilometers of the US border. Yeah, it's Canada is not densely populated at all. And finished. Well, those stats look pretty good. 10.19, but it's a floorless coaster, so it still has 8.7 excitement. Because stuff. It gets no reduction for reasons. So that's good. Oh yeah, now on Lost Gravity, that's a good one. On Lost Gravity, you should pick the seat in the front right. That's the best seat. There are 2 cars per train, and you need to go in the front car on the right. A city of 107k near me is 50% larger than Paris in area. I mean, it very much does depend on how you define city area. Like, for example, the village area of the village I grew up in is quite a bit larger than the dense village core. So, you know, it continues going for a little bit when the houses basically stop. Where in Europe should I go on vacation to? You should go to Ruinen. Beautiful Dutch village. Okay, this is good now. With 8.92 excitement. Got a little bit of extra boost from the pods. Oh, this is broken down. Let's fix that. This one is not broken down, but let's still fix this. We have wasted a lot of guests, which is good. I hear some things in the crowd like and super cool. I've never heard actual words in the crowd. But other people definitely have. Like, I've seen it being discussed before. Hello, Team Killer. Welcome. Why do you not want guests? Yeah, it's pay for entry and we don't have a guest goal. So basically, as soon as guests have paid for the park entry, they can F off. Would it coaster you build be better off with 1 or more chain lifts instead of launched lift hills? Maybe, but I mean, it's fine. I don't care if my guests ride the ride. It's not like they're paying for it. I just want them to come to the park. honestly, these could have a billion intensity, and as long as they have at least 6 or 7.3 excitement, they're good. That's how you play this game. Watching you online. Cheers for the fun. Thank you. Happy you enjoyed the fun. I'll check out Rust, Salzburg and mountains in Austria. I've never heard of Rust. I do know where Salzburg is though. Thank you for the follow, Danglefest01. Rockstyle 2, hell yeah. The best Rockstyle there is. Rust has the Europa part, that's Germany, right? In this tempo, we're gonna complete this scenario quite quickly. You know, there's a thing I've been doing recently. I've been playing GeoGuessr, and I've beaten my record on GeoGuessr for my fastest time for a perfect score on the Netherlands. I've been trying to beat my 5:06 for a while, and every now and then I also did it on stream. I've done it twice, but never managed to. And recently, when I was playing with a friend, I got a time of 4:37. So I got 5 locations to within 25 meters in 4 minutes and 37 seconds. 1 day later, I got a time of 4 minutes 9. Which is, I mean, even better. And it was quite astonishing actually. I'm very happy with that. And another day later, I had a run where I was actually on world record pace. The world record is like 2:21 or something like that. And I had extremely fast routes, and then round 4 was in the Efteling. Now, I knew I was on a crazily fast pace, so I was kind of just going for it and seeing if I could get it right in the Efteling very, very quickly. Unfortunately, I couldn't. I was a few hundred meters away. Sometimes I can in the Efteling if, like, I'm next to the entrance of the, what's it called, the vertical coaster, but sometimes I can't. Look at the guests spectating the queue for Twister 1. They're probably spectating the coaster. I've seen some people who make GeoGuessr for games, for example the Sims 4, and what world you're in and where. Imagine RCT1, the zoomed in screenshot of different scenarios for RCT1 and 2. Depending on which scenarios you include, I might be fairly good at that. Like, if you include all the RCT1 expansions, I would suck. Like, there are scenarios in RCT1 that I've never played in the expansions. But if you're including just the base game for RCT1 and 2, I would probably be fairly good at this. GeoGuessr but No Man's Sky. I've never played No Man's Sky. I heard it was quite disappointing. But now I've learned a lot in GeoGuessr, and it's clear that I've improved a lot over the past month or so. And I know so many more Dutch cities and villages now. Which is fun, and I know, like, somewhat by heart where certain, like, A roads and N roads are, which is something you pick up over time if you play GeoGuessr a lot. Hey Cider Fase, how are you? Okay, it's raining, so we're making a lot of profit on the umbrellas. What's the soft gas cap? 1040. Okay, so we have a lot of soft gas cap left. Oh, it's 35? I thought we were charging 40. Let's charge 40. Tired, but for the most part I feel good. So, similar to me then. We could be charging a lot for this park at the moment. Like, probably around 20 for the twister, and like 15 for the Virginia reel. 20 for the roto drop. Another like 15 for the corkscrew. Like a few, but like 5 for the dodgems, for the Enterprise, for the twin ship on average. Then we easily get like 100. That's some good water. Remember to drink enough, kids. It's hot. I'm hot. Ooh yeah. A cool challenge would be typing in a roller coaster or RCT coaster in the Dolly mini AI generator and then trying to replicate the mishmash it comes up with. I mean, no. No, I've done that. I've seen what it comes up with, and it's basically just random green stuff with something that could be a roller coaster or maybe some water. Like, most of the stuff is like a screen something like this, but with green instead of rocks. And then maybe a few things that are like trees, and it's not that interesting. We still don't have a lot of money. Do we have any positive awards? No, we do not. Luckily, we don't have any negative ones either. Can you make a video about the things Chris Sawyer often decides to download? Maybe at some point. Okay, we can only make money so fast by the entrance. And I could do this without ads, but that's gonna take a longer time. So let's advertise. I said I was going to try to do it with ads. It's not gonna be difficult, it's just gonna take longer. Oh, I don't have the money. Let's loan a bit then. Advertise for the corkscrew coaster. Oh, by the way, tomorrow I release a video, obviously. That's not anything interesting. Well, the video might be interesting, but the fact that I release a video is not anything new. But I will release it simultaneously with Z Lukes, or Zach. You know, the one who did Empty Airfields without anything. We are both gonna release a video on the same scenario. We both independently of each other came up with the idea. Ooh, a log flume. Let's build a log flume. So you should watch their video as well. What else? I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Unintentional collab. Yeah, basically. It wasn't until I mentioned I was doing a video on that scenario and he said, wait, so am I. And the best thing about doing a simultaneous release is that no one can accuse us of stealing from the other. By the way, do you guys know the channel Real Civil Engineer? It's quite a good channel. A few weeks ago, I think, okay, a lot of you know it, good. They did a video on can you beat Roller Coaster Tycoon without opening the park. Now, first off, that's clickbait, because no. He was just doing one scenario, not the entire game. But whatever. The thing was, he was doing the scenario Razor Rocks. Now that feels familiar. Now he said he had the idea by himself, which might very well be true, but it's still quite a coincidence, so might also not be true, I don't know. Did you not do that one already? Yes, that's the point. that's why I say it might not be a coincidence. It might be, I don't know. It was clear he didn't know much about the game. He failed. I didn't watch the video entirely, but according to the comments, it was set requirements that he didn't understand. So that kind of makes me feel good that my knowledge of the game actually does allow me to do a scenario like that, while others which don't have which don't have such knowledge might fail because they don't know the stuff I know. So it does mean that my knowledge is actually good. But it's also been a little bit annoying because there have been a few people asking me if I'm gonna try the challenge that Real Civil Engineer failed. Now, obviously it's not his fault and I don't blame him for this, but it's still a little bit annoying. Like, I've already done that. He might have gotten the idea from me. He might not have, I don't know. But I've already done it first anyway. So stop asking me if I'm gonna do it too. Honestly, it's the same with like different things that annoy me a little bit. It's like I released a video on how to attract guests, right? Last week. And in there I mentioned that positive awards boost your guest generation, negative awards make it go down, penalize it. And that's all I said. I didn't say I would link a video in the description. However, I still did. I linked my video on how to get all the awards in the description. There was still a comment asking on that video, will you do a video about how to get all the awards? First off, you didn't look at the description. Second off, you didn't just see if I had already done it. He's not the first one that asked me to do a video on something that I've already done. Name a ride of your choice. Will you name the log flume? Now, most of you will, first off, have a pretty good idea of what videos I've done just in your head. But also, most of you will probably search if I've already done something if you don't know. I also never look in the descriptions, I more look in the comments. Yeah, but if you're like, I wonder if Marcel's done a video on that. Then you should look in the description or Google it before asking about it. Or YouTube it. Google it on YouTube. Well, I'm pretty sure YouTube doesn't mind me saying Googling on YouTube because YouTube is from Google. Just reply to those comments with, like, lucky for you, I had the foresight to make this video for you a whole year ago. I don't want to be that snarky bitch. You know, I might complain about it in the live stream, but at least I'm not saying, like, I'm not naming anyone. So, to be fair, you did say you were going to link videos on every other topic. That's true. It didn't feel like it. I don't know. For some reason, it didn't feel like it fitted the pace to do that for the awards. It's the same thing as well with. I said this is the only way when about if you get 150 more guests than the soft guest cap in harder guest generation, your guest generation gets set to 0, right? I said this is the only way to get a guest generation of 0. Now, I knew that was wrong. I knew that if you had enough penalties, you would basically get a guest generation of like 0.06 or whatever, which is rounded down to 0. So it's still technically 0. And I had written a bit about that in the script. But I removed it because it didn't fit the flow. But I also wanted to keep the line, this is the only way to get a guest generation of 0. Just because almost all other times you will still have some guest generation. Even if it seems like you get no guest, almost always you will have at least some. So I kept in that line even though it's technically not entirely true. And someone did correct me on it, even though I already knew it. But that's like a thing that's slightly untrue, but I kept it in because it made the video better. It's a tough thing sometimes deciding what to keep in the script and what to not keep in the script. You are lucky that the water ride does not crash on collision. I mean, if it did, that's a designing thing. If it did, I would obviously design it to not do that. I can't believe you lied to us like that. I don't think I do that often. It is sometimes that I will leave things out, so it's sort of that, you know, I know things that I leave out, and someone quote unquote corrects me on it, even though I already know it. But it doesn't happen often that I tell something that's knowingly untrue, because it makes the video better. But yeah, that's the thing that almost everyone that writes videos does. It's a trade-off. I think you forgot about my name, right? I didn't forget about it, not at all. I just didn't see it. Oh no, wait, I did see it. Then I forgot about it. No, you're right. Name the brown coaster or some other intense one. Nathan the Nausea Machine. Alrighty. Nathan the... This doesn't have actually that high of a nausea. It's 537. Oh, that's still on the high side. Ooh, we have almost 1,000 guests. What's the cap? 1145. Is this thing longer than... No, it's not longer than 600 moods. Also doesn't have 6 excitement. What about this thing? Does it have 7.3 by now? Yes, it does. I told you it would get there. Let's go this way. I'm basically building this wild mouse to stall so that I get enough money to build all the rides. I like it when the person in the video says something wrong. As the Mighty Jingles is known for getting things wrong, and then it's always actually Jingles, and then what are you doing? What? For me who doesn't watch that creator, this is a total, like, I can't follow what you're saying at all. I kind of get what you mean, I think. Like, sometimes creators will, like, spell things wrong on purpose so that people will comment about it. Which increases engagement, and YouTube thinks the video is better if there's more engagement. And I think that's what you're going for. And yes, that is definitely a thing. I've also never heard of the Mighty Jingles, by the way, but I imagine his jingles are mighty. Do you have played any of the Impression city buildings like Caesar or Pharaoh? No, I have not. Are they like old-timey city builders? Three Lost Hill is too high. Oh, is it now? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it seems like it might be. Whee! And we go backwards. Whee! And it's not gonna crash. Not yet, anyway. I think they're all not gonna crash. Nope. They're just gonna be stalled. And boink. 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 And then the coaster was silent. It's like a train of wild mice cars. It's a very wild train. Okay, it's going down there. Yeah, this will make it if I just... okay, if I just do this... then that will be fine. As in German we'd say, aus die Maus. Did I say it angry enough? Because German is incredibly angry. You have to be like... angry all the time to properly speak German. I wonder if that actually, if me saying that annoyed some of the German people in here. No, you do not need to be angry. Yes, you do. Krankenwagen! Yeah, that's basically German. Krankenwagen is also a perfect, like that. If there's any like so stereotypical German word, it's Krankenwagen. It means ambulance. I mean, it's basically a literal translation of Ziekenwagen, which is the Dutch word for it. Well, one of the Dutch words. We also have ambulance, which is more frequently used. Ziekenwagen is a bit outdated. It's not a bitch. Yeah, they have those long words that I'm not going to try to pronounce. Kanarienvogel. I don't think that was necessarily a German. I don't know what my accent was doing there. Vogel. Just like Cockney Dutch or whatever. Krankenwagen is a German mindset. Pretty much. Mine is longer. Now that's a good one out of context. Alright, pretty good stats on this one. Kartoffel! It's funny because we have kartoffelsalade here, which is basically just the German word for potato with the Dutch word for salad. But we sometimes call it kartoffelsalade. For some reason. It's just potato salad. And I don't know why we do that. You sounded Belgian. Yeah, with Flemish. Krankenwagen to sick mob. Well, sick car basically. It's a car you get transported in if you're sick. It's an ambulance. It's very literal, and that's what, you know, Dutch does as well. Like, an airplane, in both German and Dutch, is the translation of fly thing, which is Vliegtuig in German, I believe, and Vliegtuig in Dutch. It's very literal, but you know, for us it's normal. Oh, Vliegtuig, not Vliegtuig. I had the vowels the wrong way around. Yeah, my German is, you know, not good. German words are just some words that describe something and put them all together. Not all of them are, but it's quite frequently, yes. A Feuerzeug is a lighter. So, a fire thing. We don't have that here. It's an, dang it, I forgot what the word's in English, but we call it naamsteker, which is, oh yeah, I would translate it to a lighter. Like, you know, you light a fuse, which is the translation of steek een lont aan. So, I suppose, yeah. Interesting as how German has Flughafen, which isn't related to air, while other languages have airport. I mean, Flug is to fly. So, yes, it is related to air. Oh yeah, a dust sucker is the German word for vacuum cleaner. Okay, let's go nice and high with the corkscrew. We have quite a bit of money now. But Dutch is definitely the best language to swear in, though. Well, English has a lot of good swears and a lot of casual swears. But there is nothing that goes above a good, hearty, like strong Godverdomme. It's like nothing in English is better than that. It's the harsh G that does it. It's like the F word. You know, I can say Dutch swears because YouTube doesn't care about Dutch swears, only English swears. So does Twitch. I can say, but you know, the F word is fun to use in your casual conversation more. But there's nothing goes above Dutch swearing. Like, yeah, devastering, kutzooi, something like that. Or just tering is a very versatile word as well. It can be used when you're impressed, it can be when stuff is bad. It just depends on how you say it. Favorite song in Dutch? I barely listen to any Dutch music. I barely know any Dutch songs, to be honest. Probably Rood from Marco Borsato. Probably because of a lack of other Dutch songs I know. I could probably name like 5 Dutch songs that I know how to go. Maybe all of them are by Marco Borsato. Het Dorp. Oh yeah, I've heard of that. I know. I don't know how it goes. Have je even voor mij? That's not... Okay. I have said before that I am of the opinion that every music taste is equal and stuff like that. I hate like Dutch carnival music, which is like Heb je even voor mij is sort of that style. I absolutely hate it. It's just awful. It's still a valid music style, but I hate it. It's just ugh. Just please, no, get it away from me. Although there's one song I can appreciate. I don't like listening to it because I don't like the music, but I can appreciate the joke. Which is a song called De Kneu. Because if you say it, if you say kneu, the kneu is a bird. It's a legit word for a bird. But if you say that a few times in a row, kneu, 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 I mean the Dutch people are already hearing it. So I can appreciate the joke, but I still don't like the song. Wouldn't really call it carnival music. No, it's not exactly carnival music, Heb je even mij, but it's a similar style, I feel. Either way, I hate both style. I have a feeling that Dutch songs are more of a joke. It depends on entirely the style. It's not just Dutch music is not a joke. Or is a joke, but it just depends on the style. Like, the carnival's music, obviously, is a joke. It's not meant to be taken seriously. It's just meant to be fun. It's not fun for me, but, you know, I get the thought behind it. Oh, there's also a song I know by Het Heidevolk, which is a Dutch metal band, folk metal, called Winterwoede. Now, the problem is, I can't take Dutch metal seriously. It just sounds ridiculous to me. I think it's good music, but it just sounds so weird to people that are screaming at me in Dutch. In English it's fine, in Dutch it just sounds weird. What do you think of Ozzy Osbourne? I like the song War Pigs, which was from Black Sabbath, but Ozzy Osbourne sang it. Mr. Crowley's a good song too. I don't know all the other stuff. He did Crazy Train. I can play the first part of that riff. You know, the simple bit. Ever listened to German heavy metal? I've listened to a few Rammstein songs, but not much more than that. So I don't really have much opinion on the German heavy metal scene. Alright, let's go down to the basement level. We're out of monies. Funsies. Well, time to wait until we got some more monies, I guess. Ever listened to the band UFO? No. I don't listen to a lot of death songs. Ozzy is not death metal, not even close. Like, metal, it doesn't have to be harsh and scary. Like, Nightwish has a few harsh and scary songs, like Master Passion Creed. But it also has, like, very accessible songs. Like, if you want to get into Nightwish, I think the best song to get into the current Nightwish is Endless Forms Most Beautiful. It's metal, it's heavy metal, but it's still very accessible. Oh, just death in general. His newest song was about how you can go crazy in a mental hospital. As far as I know, the guy is pretty crazy, so that would be appropriate. Okay, do we have any more exciting rides here to build? We have a Mazet. Let's build a custom one. Is low on money, instantly spends more on stuff. Hey, I never said I was good with money. I just said I was low on money. Or in Dutch, Doolhof. Yes. Oh, that reminds me of the time Cody played Roller Coaster Tycoon in Dutch. That was a good time. He made a video about it if you want to watch it. It was very funny. He had a lot of trouble pronouncing things, like wachtrij, he pronounced it wachtrij. And bezoekers was bezokers. But that's just, you know, because he's English. Or well, American, but because he speaks English natively. I've done that as well. I mean, in Dutch is obviously not difficult for me, but I've played it in, like, on stream. I did for like a few minutes. I did French, I did German. I set it to Russian, but I can't do Russian obviously because I you know, if I can't even read the characters, then there's no hope in pronouncing anything. Oh yeah, caught your stream. Welcome, Kudrik. And there we go. Now you know what? I'll fill this out. And that as well. And a little bit that way. And there we have a functional maze. Yeah, you know what? Let's go this way. And that way. Now it's nicely filled out, isn't it? We'll allow 64 guests on it. If you were to make a one-tile wide maze that had no dead ends or junctions, would the guests find the exit instantly, or would they still take a while because they're just bad? So if you just make it like half a tile wide, then they would walk to it instantly. A tile wide, I don't know. We can test that hypothesis. You should make a passage with two halves and only one way to get between the two or two labyrinths. A park with 2 halves. Oh. I mean, then guests, if they don't want to go on rides anymore, they just wouldn't go in between. That's a bit of a problem with that. Like, guests don't use transport rides to get somewhere. So, you know, if you have a park with 2 halves and a transport ride between them, guests will not be able to find certain rides. So, the park will suck. Because guests can't find the rides. Unfortunately, that is how the game works. Okay, let's see. Nope, they still suck. I thought this would happen, because they've done it in like 3x3 tile mazes, open mazes. But on a 1 tile wide maze, I wasn't sure, but yeah, it still happens. And it makes sense too, because technically this is a 2 wide, because every maze tile is only a 1/4 tile. I mean, that almost clears even in a 1x1. Yeah, they sometimes do it in a 1x1, especially if you make it a corner maze. If you make it like a 3x1 instead of a corner, then they don't do it, I think. Maybe just sometimes, but less often anyway. Let's allow more guests in. There we go. Gonna be busy. Ooh, one guy took his chicken. He likes his chicken so much, he even needs it in the maze. I believe we have hit the soft guest cap. Yeah, our natural guest generation is down. So let's get rid of some guests. And we'll do that here. And we'll do it... I want to keep my park rating high, so I'm not drowning them. Let's see, what else has a fairly high throughput? I can't really do it easily with this one. I can still do it. There we go. They're all screwed. Why not use mazes to delete guests? Because I don't have the space for that. They're literally on the path. I'll just have the coasters do it for a while. Okay, so we started out of about 1560. Let's see where we get to. We're already down about 40. It goes quite fast. Okay, I can't really do it for a wild mouse, but that's fine. I could drown them, but like I said, I want to keep my park rating up. Do you want to open the corkscrew? No, it's not finished. Like, it just stops. So, no, I don't want to open it. It's going to have a very high top speed here. And we're gonna get out of the ground. I can't believe this is actual strategy for pay for entry parks. Yep. It's an actual strategy in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. The game is filled with exploits. But then again, almost any strategy game would be. Obviously, what I'm doing right now should just lower your park rating. But it doesn't. Okay, this is gonna be hella problematic there at the end. So, who wants to guess how many G's this will have in that last turn? Okay, so we're down 150 at the moment. How long is this train? 8 cars. Isn't 7 usually the limit for corkscrews? This thing seems extremely long. Like, even longer than the usual quite long train. 6 or 7? No, more like 3.5. Maybe 4. But we'll see. Did the scenario editor edit the train? Yeah, Giratina might have done. I don't know. Okay, the G's are good there. 120 kilometers an hour. Okay, let's see. Oh, it didn't test because I altered the change of speed right after it departed, so we need to test again. Okay, there we go. 3.77. Not nearly as high as you guys predicted. Okay, we can change that. We'll just put a little bit of breakage here. 28 seems fine. And then we'll build a queue line. Photo section. Yeah, sure. Okay, we're down to 1100 guests. You notice that, if you pay attention to how I built, that adding a photo section is not at all natural for me. Like, it's not at all standard in the way I play for some reason. Okay, let's actually finish this up. Fill this up. Oh, that looks nice. That looks satisfying. Doesn't it? Okay, this should be good. Let's see how many G's it gets. Okay, not too many. Good. Make 2 trains. Why? I don't care about throughput. I like this 8-car train. And this is not enough space for a second train. So, let's see what the stats are. 2.74 Gs, perfect. LOL is going down super fast. The number of guests. Park rating is on fire though. We lost a few, got a few drownings, but you know, it happens. Ooh, 10.16, but still above 7.3 excitement. Got intensity factor on the train, so we don't get a penalty. Marcel did it again. Nice. Oh, we just unlocked a Lupine Coaster. Alright, this is another good finished coaster. What do you lose when you have 10.26 intensity normally? Usually when you go over 10 you lose a quarter of your excitement. Which is quite important in a challenge like this. Are we advertising? Yes we are. But, okay, I'll explain it. So you see these trains. They give plus 5% and plus 10% extra intensity, right? Now the thing is, in the calculation, first your intensity gets calculated and your other stats. Then you get the check for if you have over 10 intensity and if so your excitement gets penalized. And then these percentages, the train modifiers, get added. So I would have something like 9.2 intensity, 9.24 probably, 9.24 intensity on the corkscrew. That is not too intense, so I get no penalty. Then we get another 10%, which is 0.92 on top of it for 10.16. And that's how that works. And that's why you can get away with almost 11 intensity, or more than 11 in theory, actually, on the stand-up twister, because it gives like plus 15%. Yeah, I've mentioned... I'm not sure if I mentioned in a video. I might... Yeah, no, I know I have. I've mentioned it on stream as well. Oh, thank you for the 4 months, Nosferatu. Why does it always reply to myself? It always replies to the first one who started the comment chain. And I hate it. It's terrible. Oh, we're almost down to below 1,000 guests. We're doing well. We're losing so many guests. All the while, we are actually gaining a lot of guests. Like, the guest spawning is incredibly high. We have all the ads running. We have maximum guest spawning because we're below the soft guest cap, etc. Which means we're losing guests quite quickly. Thank you for the 9 months, cringe, bro. Oh, I just had a little bit of water not, I think, go down the wrong pipe. Something hurts. I'll be fine. Just hurts a little bit. Happens every now and then. I was about to say, I'm amazed the count isn't dropping fast with all the coasters dropping guests. Yeah, we're losing a lot of guests. We've dropped below 1,000 now, by the way. If you look at the admissions, we've had 3,300 admissions. Did people stop riding the twister? No, they're still riding it. It's just not super popular because it is over 10 intensity. But some people are still riding it. What is your soft guest cap right now? 1,540. And we had... Well, it used to be 1,280. And we had about 1,500 guests. So that's why I killed off all these guests. So I voided them. Which is, you know, similar, but not quite the same. But I think we can afford to stop voiding for a bit now. So let's build some... Oh, nope. Let's build some proper exit paths again. One there. And one there. And one there. Beautiful. Hang on, did I already build path there? Yes, I did. Marcel's Park has 1,000 guests. Due to reasons, 10% of the guests currently in the park leave every month. However, effective advertising means 200 guests enter every month. What will the steady state number of guests be? Oh, that's a good one. 2,000, obviously. Although it depends, like if you take 10% of the guests currently, it depends actually, because if it's 10% of the guests that are in the park at the start of the month, plus 10% of the guests that come into the park during the month, it's a bit different. So, yeah, it depends. So you have 14k, that should be enough to finish the mine ride train coaster thing. Let's see, we got from 37.5. Alright, then let's chain liftify it up here. Like any good 6th grade math question, it's ambiguous and the numbers aren't even accurate to the real situation. Perfect. Drown someone who needs to go to the toilet. Oh, that's a good one, because if you're in a lake or in some water, you can just pee and no one will notice. Who's going to the toilet? Who's heading for toilet 1? Can we see that here? No, guests aren't generally thinking about toilets one. Oh, fire all the staff as well. Alrighty. First I need to renew my ads. And then I'll search further for the toilet. There we go. 12 weeks, please. Alright. Now, let's see if I can find guests that are heading for the toilet. It might actually only be like a few, or they think they need to go to the bathroom. It should be more than this though. Maybe actions heading for toilets one. It should, oh, there we go. Actions. I was looking at thoughts. There we go. Now you no longer need to go. You can go in peace. That might impact the park rating a little bit, but we'll be fine. Okay, let's make this one go very fast as well. You have to drop down all the way to 0. Imagine if the toilet had a nausea rating. I imagine it does. Like, if you get nauseous very easily, you might get nauseous from the stench. Okay, let's go even higher. Because we can. And now let's go down. You know what, let's go even faster. Let's go down to bedrock again. This is the weirdest mine train coaster ever. But this is like a 60 meter... well, 65 meter drop. This is not at all how you build a mine train coaster. Can it break down? Yes, a mine train coaster can break down. Toilets can't. Yeah, if you ever get to design a mine train coaster in real life, don't do it like this. It's considered bad practice. You're only 5 meters underground, not 7.5. I'm actually 9 here. So I'm definitely down to bedrock there. The other place I'm only 7.5. Hey Sabrina. Welcome. I survived the heat wave. Barely. I need new eyes. You do. Luckily, I know a guy who sells eyes. I don't know where he gets them from, but I wouldn't ask. What's your name, Mr. Vedros, that you want the ride to be? Name the coaster Mining for Slining. Mining for Slime. Sure. I mean, he's usually not here on Wednesdays, is he? So I think this is nothing out of the ordinary. And then this way. Do you have to hull a volcano pit so you can have the mine train come out of the volcano at some point? I do not. I have no scenery themes other than the standard 6 available. So, nope. I'm pretty sure murder is illegal. I think it is, yeah. Like, I'm not an expert, I'm not a lawyer, so don't take this as fact, but I've heard rumors that murder is indeed illegal in at least 15 US states. Don't know about the other 35. And Washington might be a special case as well. Washington, DC. Okay, let's get out of here. I'll just go to a high place. I can't actually go higher than that. I'll just... there we go, that'll be fine. Where were we? We were right there. Yeah, I know, right? My freedoms are being infringed by not being allowed to murder people. Okay, this is getting dangerously close to actual satire on America. Instead of just random nonsense. What a sentence to turn into. I know, right? Now, let's fast forward a little bit, because we need monies. There we go. Now, let's see if this is not aligned at all, is it? I don't think we'll make this even. But let's see. I think it already filled somewhere earlier. But let's see where it fills. And how fast it goes. Has anyone seen the YouTube channel Not Just Bikes? Yes. It's a good YouTube channel. Quite good. 135 kilometers an hour. That's quite fast for a mine train. But yeah, Not Just Bikes actually taught me a lot about Dutch infrastructure. A lot of things that I didn't know were not normal outside of the Netherlands. Okay, so it just barely makes this. It probably fills the next hill then. Yeah, why did I think it would make this? Will it crash though? I don't think it will. No, it's just a little bump. And now they're forever apart. Oh no, they're forever apart. They've lost each other. They will never hug again. Like a child losing his daddy. Okay, let's fix this. Let's give the kid his daddy back. And then, yeah, I'll probably make that. Fast forward a little bit. Is it me or did coasters go a lot louder boom in base game than open RCT2? If they explode, they still go pretty loud, I promise you. This is a weird coaster again with the second lift hill, but you know, it works fine. Comes into the station at 80 kilometers an hour. It's not dangerous at all. No, nothing wrong here. A top speed of 136 kilometers per hour. I built the fastest mine train coaster in the world. Why did you build the entrance there? Now I have to... You can't change the entrance, right? No, I'm not allowed to... I mean, I could go underground, but... No. I need to go up all the way. Like, I even need to go up more this way. And now I can go down again. That's a hell of a queue line. And connected. The exit is a lot easier. Also, I should rehire staff. I've been able to do that for 5 minutes already. And happy-fy the guests, please. Like a lot of the rides are broken down. Could have just edited the land height. That's cheating. You shouldn't edit the land. Your park rating will thank you. Yeah, first it thanked me and now it will thank me. Also, no, not transparency options. I need highlight path issues. We have a lot of vandalisms. So let's fix those. Well, we'll probably see some new ones happen while we fix them. Because there might still be a few vandals around. This is like, for example, if none of your cleaners shows up, and then when your office is super dirty, you just hire a professional cleaning company, and they come in with like 1 million cleaners to thoroughly clean it. Does that make any sense? Well, if it doesn't, I don't care. Alright, park seems to be de-vandalized. Let's get rid of this view, the black and white. There we go, mine train's quite popular. 744-987-58 Slime. Nice. Now we only have one more to go. Is there an option yet for refurbishing all broken benches? Yes. There's a cheat for that. Obviously, that means it doesn't cost money, but that's usually not an issue because it's not like that's expensive anyway. But I don't like using the cheats because cheats are, well, cheating. Okay, let's see. Oh, whoops. The multi-dim. Does it have anything behind the station? No, it doesn't. The station on the right. I can easily reach that, which is nice because I'm not obstructed by it. That was a long run-on sentence. Well, we definitely don't have enough money to build it. So let's hold off on that for now. Can the queue TVs from queue lines be vandalized? I believe they can. I believe they totally can. I'm not 100% sure though, but I believe so. You know what? I'll build some TVs. And if one of you fires the staff again in the future, or we can do it when I've beaten the scenario or whatever, see what happens. See if any get vandalized. I might not be able to, I don't know, I'm not sure. Obviously you would have to have a guest in a queue line that's not queuing. Which is possible, for example, if they leave it after they get bored with it. Wait, that's too long. For example here, which is why I'm only going to put queue lines in the first bit, not the last bit. Yeah, we can try out an empty park as well, but for now we're, doing this scenario. I know lamps can definitely be vandalized. And stone benches can be cut in half. Guests are hella strong. Park with the best roller coasters. Awesome! But I know my roller coasters are the best. Oh, we unlocked the motion sim. Which is one of my favorite flat rides actually. Mostly because it's so tiny and can fit in every little crook? Whatever. Every little corner. Every hole. The difference is one is the queue and one is on normal pass. Yeah. What do you prefer, motion sim or motion simp? It depends on who or what it's simping for. If it's simping for me, I prefer the motion simp. By the way, speaking of simping for me and me having influence, I wonder how much influence I would really have if, for example, I would make a video and tell my, all my audience to go, I don't know, insult Dirklink or whatever. I'm not gonna do that, and you shouldn't do that. Or something like that. Or if I tell all my people to, I don't know, go to a place in the Netherlands and go protest there for whatever. I wonder how many people would actually do that. Probably not a lot, because you guys are quite rational. And I don't generally have a super impressionable audience. How's the simping for Leah going? Yeah, we are in a relationship now. I haven't been able to explore her Twinkle Cave yet, but that's gonna happen at some point. I guess I might do that kind of thing ironically. If it's not harmful, yeah, I suppose you might. If you ask to leave a comment of hi there, it would get a lot better. Yeah, then I would, probably a lot of people would do it. I actually did, I did a lot of reference in my latest videos. Because I had a lot of like screens of, the park statistics and whatever, like the awards and stuff. Oh, we also have the worst food award, lol. Not Twinkle Cage, Twinkle Cave. Which I learned from Jimmy Carr. I had the park names be Easter eggs. Do a lot of different TV shows and stuff. Cave, yes. And I considered doing it like comment something if you read this. But I didn't want the comment section to be all screwed up, so I decided against it and just did more references. Drink some water. I'll drink some water. I like Twinkle Cave. It's such a weird euphemism. Just because it's so weird. Also because I learned it from Jimmy Carr. He's a good comedian. Oh, we have a lot of coasters available. And we have only 3,000 in the bank. I think I should start killing off guests again. AKA doing that. Because we're nearing the soft guest cap. Stick your dingleberries in a Twinkle Cave. My tummy banana. Yeah, right, I remember the last stream was on Wednesday, which was why I was a bit confused. Oh, right, that makes sense. Someone leaving. Well, a lot of guests are leaving through the void right now. Let's see, actions. Leaving the park. Let's see how many are doing that. Leaving the park, there we go. Nope, you will not leave. Well, you will leave the park. You will leave life. There you go. Hades is probably quite annoyed with the large influx of underworld guests. I mean, there are more play toys for him, I guess, so... He likes torturing people. So I don't see why he should be annoyed. Leave live on camera. Hell yeah. How many guests has this had? 456. I would have thought it would be more. This one? 625. I suppose both are not maxed out, so any guest can always go in it because it's a maze. That's how they work. I mean, yeah, it is more administrative work for Hades, but you know, it comes with a lot of fun. Double deck carousel 1 has broken down. What, I fixed it? Oh, I was losing money because I have way too many staffs. I forgot I had so many staffs to quickly clean up the park. Why are they all... Oh, a lot of these inspections can't be done, obviously. The Pikachu's dizzy... Oh, was it this one? Oh, it was this one. It's already broken down. It can't be fixed. Well, let's have it fixed then. No, hang on. Yep. Why are all the staff members doing inspections? Like, there are only a few rides that cannot be inspected. Can the other ones also not find their rides or something? Why are they behind? I had like 20 mechanics. I mean, that could be a reference for Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I've never heard of that. I've heard of Percy Jackson, but not the Lightning... Is that a book? Okay, now some of them are just walking and not... Oh, they're all going to do stuff again. It's the first book or movie. I heard the Percy Jackson movies were awful. Is that correct? We're also paying 610 monthly in loan, but I don't want to pay it back because, you know, that means we get enough money to build the ride even later. Later. So, you know. But aren't the advertisements almost done? No, they're not. Good. Even Leah, he doesn't like working with whiny human souls. I mean, everyone likes working with Leah. But her soul is not necessarily her. So, depends on what you define as a person. This is all complete nonsense. Oh, you said, not even Leia. I was trying to do a super British accent. I should build my own Leia. I should have like a life-size like cardboard cutout made of Leia and have it delivered to my home. That would be so creepy. I was gonna say doll, but that has a lot of other implications. Let's see, we got to go from 45 meters. Would there be people out there with Terraria sex dolls? Probably at least one person in the world would be crazy enough to do that. I promise I'm definitely not that person. Definitely not. Okay, let's make this baby go fast. Animal Crossing. Oh, yeah, Animal Crossing would probably be a few more people. I just joined and you're talking about sex dolls. Terraria sex dolls, to be precise. The best kinds. Oh, and we're out of money. This is a hell of a drop. From 69 meters to -9. This is a 78 meter drop. I wasn't paying attention to Terraria sex doll. Wait, Terraria? Why did I say Terraria? I meant Stardew Valley. But Terraria probably too. Is that... I mean, that's just a pillow with her face on it, which is innocent enough. I mean, it does zip open, which is nice. Marcel got everyone who was not paying attention to refocus on the stream. I think the viewer count just went up. What are you guys into? Kinky stuff. You know, sometimes I once got a message on Twitter that there was a 4-year-old watching my live stream. So, I don't know how good this is for a 4-year-old to hear, but, you know. I can't, like, just not say anything like that just because a few people under 18 might be watching. According to my demographics, about 3% of my audience is under 18, let alone, like, under 14. So, that's my YouTube audience, but which would probably be quite similar. So I'm not going to tailor just to that demographic. I wouldn't care in the world if all the young kids stopped watching me, because there's only a few of them. And then again, that's only on Twitch anyway. That's not on YouTube, because on YouTube I don't talk about Stardew Valley sex dolls. Yeah, this stream is PG-13. Like, I don't think there's a problem at all with 13, 14, 15-year-olds hearing me talk about sex dolls. I mean, it's a thing they would find out about soon enough anyway, if they haven't already. Can I do this again with the S-band? Ooh, isn't that a nice element? The queue line for the mines line is quite long. I mean, it does only have a throughput of a little over 1,000 per hour. And it has a queue line of 160 nice people. Nice. You don't let a kid of 4 watch random streams. You watch it first if it's okay to keep an eye on. Well, yeah, but the thing is, for about 90% of the time, I am for all ages on Twitch. So a parent might watch an entire stream and, you know, the parent of the child might have done that, I don't know. And decide that, yeah, I'm safe. And then suddenly, we're talking about Twinkle Caves. Out of nowhere. It'd be cool if the quarter loops had a slight direction so that you wouldn't need an S-band. Yeah, you have like large half loops for that, but this coaster doesn't get them. I think we can move back to the station. It's already exciting enough. Let's see how fast it goes. I mean, this is already a fairly long chain lift. But it gets an even longer one later. It already reaches 72, which is not slow. Yeah, it's gonna go much faster later. $150? Will it reach that? Almost, 143. By the way, the transition from right side up to upside down is not entirely smooth. Do you guys notice whenever we switch, like, orientation, there's a very slight jutter? And like it shifts slightly. A jump cut, if you will. Here, for example, bing, little jump cut. It just about can't handle it right, and we have a few more later on here. There's another one, another one, another one, and another one. Does this have harder gas generation or normal? It has harder gas generation and harder park rating. Also, I should probably stop the killing of the guests. I have enough money, or almost enough money, and we have enough guests under the soft guest cap and so on and so forth. What is harder park rating? Your park rating is 100 lower than it usually is. That's literally it. Nothing else. Just the base value is 100 lower. Can't build this partly. Oh well, whatever. It's funny because I can still change this tile afterwards. It's a bit weird. Drown a guest of your choice. Someone with a green shirt. What do you have against green shirts? Like, why green? And... no, where is he? Gotcha! Please die. Thank you. Okay, let's go fast again, just because I want to. Ooh, and suddenly it's quiet. It's nice, isn't it? Ah, you destroyed my quietness! I don't like you anymore! I've never liked you, to be honest. How high up is the station? I think I might need to do that. Let's see, the station is at 16.5. Okay, we're at 22. So I need to go down a bit. And I need to inline twist. Does that connect? No. Where's the station? Let's see. See through. Oh, the station is all the way there. I don't see name a guest option. No. Because it's all turned off at the moment. No, I will not make an Emma Garrel. I don't want everyone to be purple. There we go. Now we're connected. This thing might be too intense. I think it will just be on the edge. We'll see. How about you build a platform high above the lake and then place the drowned guests on there like a sacrifice and then delete the path under them and then rebuild it so that they can see the water coming even earlier. That's a lot of effort. For just a drowning. Okay, the long chain lift again. And down we go. Yeah, this seems like not too much of a fun ride. It seems quite painful. Ooh, it went really fast through that last inline twist. Almost too fast. Like 100 is the limit and they went like 94. 11.45. What did I say about it potentially being too extreme? We can easily fix this though. I'll just make this less of a drop. Like so. Let's see what we get. 11.15. Well, it's not entirely fixed. We do have 3 inversions as well, and still 135 km/h top speed. Oh, we reached that here, of course. Okay, you know what? I'll fix that as well. It's not the most beautiful thing in the world. Then again, that's what my mom said about me too. So, can't be picky. 11:13. Oh, that barely helped. Okay, let's remove an inversion. Let's just, now you know what? Let's just put in some brakes. Okay, we can't, yeah, we can do that here. Let's see what that does. 1066. Huh, that's when England got invaded by the Normans. It worked. So, that's good. Now if we just remove one inversion. Or, you know what, we'll be fine actually. 609. Now we could boost that, but let's get 1066 down. So let's do not an inversion here. Let's remove this. When was the last time that the mainland of Britain was invaded? 17 something, when the French invaded Wales. The Battle of Fishguard, I believe. Okay, we still need a twist here. And then we can do a little helix here. Yeah, that totally connects. No, that's actually not aligned. This is not at all going well. Yep. I know this because of Thomas Scott. Technical difficulties did a citation needed episode about it. Does this connect? This does connect though. That should be one fewer inversion. 1016. We're almost there. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to 6 kilometers per hour. What do we get? Favorite coaster I have ever ridden. Oh, we've beaten the scenario. Haha. We got 996 and almost 8 excitement. Hey. Favorite coaster I've ever ridden? Probably Goliath in Walibi Holland. Okay, let's now actually save the park. Hatzeg Horrors. That's a cool name. So let's take a look at the stats. We have 2 rides with over 10 intensity. Which one am I missing? Probably the Virginia Reel. There we go. Ooh, the Flawless has 9.27 excitement. That's a lot. The Corkscrew is only barely above 7 with 7.33. But then again, I didn't use any scenery. This was a nice casual scenario. With a lot of death in between. Which I like. It's my favorite, you know? And we have quite a lot of monies now as well. We started Tyron in Fantasialand, and I have to go there first, which I might at some point, I might not, who knows. Okay, let's do it. Let's try a thing. I'm gonna see if Q-Line TVs can get vandalized. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make everyone pukey. There we go. Oh, and unhappy. Oh, we should not remove the maze this way, because then it will crash. I'll keep the mazes, because they might crash the game. Wait. I can't kill... Oh, of course, I can't kill the rides. There we go. Now we have a lot of queue lines and a lot of puke. A lot of queue line TVs. I should fire the handyman. Listen to all the coughing. I think it's safe to say queue line TVs cannot be vandalized. Everything else has been vandalized, but the queue line TVs haven't been. So, no, they cannot be vandalized. That's a nice experiment. Let's see how long it takes for this lamp to be vandalized. And it's vandalized. How long does it take for that one? And it's vandalized. Of course, we are speeding the game up. And it's vandalized. Everything gets vandalized so quickly. Well, that one doesn't, because no one goes there. Great park we have here. I like that weekly profit when we sold all the rides. Okay, so perfect park here. This is the save I will be providing for download. No, it's not. Most untidy park in the country. Did I really get that? I did! And I fully deserve it. Safest park though. Even though COVID is widespread here, still safest park. I suppose we haven't had any deaths for a while, so that makes some sense. Okay, let's actually load up the proper scenario, proper park. And since I'm still a bit tired, I'll end the stream a little bit on the early side, but you know, we've completed the scenario. So I want to thank you very much for watching. It was a good, fun scenario. Let's see if I can find someone to ride. Okay, who is playing Roller Coaster Tycoon? I am. What a surprise. Buddhist Metal is playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. Well, that still counts. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed tomorrow's video. It's very extreme. And I will see you on Sunday. Have a good night. And I'll see you later. Bye bye.